Do you think this will drive up the viewership count if I show some cleavage?
Welcome to the podcast. All right, folks. What did we say? What is this? This is episode 16 of the CuzWords podcast. I'm John. This is my co-host.
Cleavage.
I did the thing again. I'm actually Madison.
What did you say? Oh,
I said John.
John.
I did it. We're 16 episodes.
Technically true. John Madison.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but we're 16 episodes in. You'd think I'd get this right.
Start going by Ray.
Yeah, well, Michael, I appreciate you working your soundboard magic over there, getting us a nice little intro vibe there. Some fun sound beds from prior recordings.
I'm sure we'll have something
Good
else
stuff
to add to it after this episode.
And yes, welcome to podcast.
Welcome to podcast.
All right, Michael, you brought a box of goodies over here. I thought that might have been everything you actually like owned to your name. I was like, did wifey kick you out? What's going on? And then he opens it up. What do we?
So
what'd you bring with us?
I went to Second and Charles recently and tried to turn some stuff in, and they took a lot of my stuff back. Lots of old console games, DVDs, CDs. They wouldn't take back PC games because they said there's really no point in this day and age. There's so many streaming services like Steam for PC games,
right,
that you can get pretty much everything there. So they wouldn't take those. They wouldn't take back some controllers. But the three prized possessions they wouldn't take back, I got right here beside me. And I'll just...
that they wouldn't take back. And you called them prized possessions, and you're trying to sell them at Second and Charles.
Yeah.
Prized possessions, okay.
Trying to do the buyback, trade-in thing. But they, for different reasons, and they didn't really specify which one with which. So I thought I'd bring them here, and you can look at them and see if you want to play around with them and possibly hack them, because I know you're into that.
I am into that. I have, and I think we may have touched on it last time, but I enjoy jailbreaking things. The fun of the jailbreaking it is you can get it to do things like run games for other systems and stuff that it's not supposed to do. But I have a lot more fun like doing the jailbreak than I do actually using it after I've jailbroken it.
What was the last thing, not too long ago, you were trying to get something to run a Super Smash Brothers emulator? What was that you were trying to configure?
That was a point of sale system that I wanted to see if I could get it to run an emulator so that I could have. It was just one of the test units I keep, and it's very portable. So I wanted to see if I could get it to run Super Smash Brothers, more specifically Project M or Project Plus, one or the other, whichever was going to run better. But I was unfortunately not successful. Point of sale Android devices are not where they need to be to actually be able to run those things.
To play games, at least.
Yeah. And I wasn't trying to run something like Mario Kart. That's a little bit more that takes up a little bit more resources, but I figured that I might be able to get away with Super Smash Brothers.
I think that you tried one other game though.
Oh,
which was a more resource intensive game than Super Smash Brothers.
But that was more of trying to see if I could get the Steam streaming service to run. So the game was technically running on the computer, on my gaming computer.
Mightily struggling.
Oh yeah, that was not going to work. That definitely did not work.
Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, it was Halo Master Chief Collection,
which is probably 1,000,000 times larger in file size than it actually needs to be. Because it's a 343 Halo Studios.
I'm trying to think.
Product.
I think that's about right. If I think about the total file size for Halo 3, Halo 3 by itself was 8 gigabytes, 8.6 gigabytes, and then that's not including the DLC. I think the DLC was another 16 gigabytes, and then the entirety of the Master Chief Collection is what, 150 gigs?
Yeah, which you add in Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 4, and Halo Reach.
Well, you'll be surprised to know that Halo 1 and Halo 2 are very, very small compared to the other.
Oh yeah,
compared to the other.
They're only going to get larger.
Yeah, those were I think about
the game
2.8 gigabytes a piece. But then you got Halo Reach and Halo 4. Halo 4 is really the one that's going to be extensive.
Which is proof that bigger does not mean better.
That's absolutely. Yeah. Halo 3, that's the sweet spot. That right there, that 8.6, that's
Knew what it was doing.
Yeah, you get any larger than 8.6, that's too big.
Too big.
That's way too big. I
don't know what Halo 2 size was. It was
Halo 2 was sitting right around 4. Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah. No, yeah, you can work with 4 all day.
Yeah, you can.
Like, you can get stuff done with 4. Halo 1 falls a little bit short. It's only right around, I think, 2.5. And it's it was almost there, but it doesn't scratch that itch for multiplayer. You know what I mean? It doesn't hit that gamer spot that we need. And then Halo Reach takes it a little bit too far with all the extra DLCs and stuff. But nobody needs the 16 that you get from Halo 4.
That's the Halo 3 DLC. 16.
Yeah,
Pretty crazy.
The you know what I'm thinking of? I'm actually thinking of the Halo 3 ODST DLC pack. Yeah, the multiplayer map pack that came with that. Do you remember that? You remember saying I'm buying a $60
just for the maps,
just for the new maps? Yeah,
because I was getting Halo Wars.
What all came? Was that Halo 3 ODST? I'm drawing a blank. Was that was multiplayer maps for Halo 3, right? Not.
Didn't Halo Wars come with 3 maps and Halo 3 ODST come with 3 maps?
Halo Wars. Oh, that's what it was. Halo Wars came with 3 maps, and then Halo 3 ODST came with maps for Halo Reach.
I can't remember anymore.
Yeah, because remember they did the Halo 2 like remakes of a lot of maps, and that wasn't for Halo 3. That was for.
But Halo 3 had
Reach.
multiple DLC map packs.
Yeah, it did. There was the one that came with Foundry Standoff and Rat's Nest. The second DLC pack was
there was one that had Heretic,
Avalanche,
Cold Storage.
Cold Storage was actually its own.
Yeah,
there was Avalanche, and then what else came with Avalanche?
Heretic.
Oh man, I feel bad. No, it was Heretic,
Assembly,
Heretic, Citadel, and Assembly came together. But I don't remember. Maybe there was a couple of other maps that came with Avalanche. I don't know. We'd have to look it up. But it's been so long.
It's been 20 years.
In my mind, they're all just Halo 3 maps, right? Like it's like trying to remember back then. That's like, Michael, can you tell me what the DLC maps were for Halo 2?
No, there were 5, weren't there? 5 different packs.
Yeah.
Oh man, was Waterworks one?
No, Waterworks came with the disc.
Was
I'll give you a hint. One was Backwash.
That's not a hint. You just told me a map.
Yeah, that was one of them. But that was also a map that I know that you weren't going to remember.
I'm not gonna remember any of them. Was Beaver Creek one?
Nope, Beaver Creek came with the disc.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, I'm going to see if I can remember from the top of my head. We got Hang 'em High. We got Elongation.
That's Tombstone from Halo 1.
Yeah, we got Hang 'em High, Elongation, Backwash, Turf.
Turf was a DLC?
Turf was a DLC. Oh, there were 2. There's Desolation was another one.
Was Gemini one?
No.
Gemini came on the disc?
I think Gemini came on the disc. Oh, Terminal. Terminal was a DLC map.
I don't even
That's the
remember
one that had
Terminal.
the train running through the middle.
Oh,
in the city.
yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, that's good stuff. Anyway, you've been holding a PlayStation in your hand for the last 5 minutes.
2.
So you've got.
So here's one of the 3 prized possessions.
That he was
a
probably
PlayStation
going.
2 Slim.
He was probably going to sell for $10. Prized possession.
Does it look like it still would work?
It's very dusty, dude. And here's one
Is that
thing I
supposed to
do.
be like that?
What? Yes, dude. Don't touch it. Yes, the ribbon is supposed to be flexible.
Well, lots of memories on this thing. What game would you guess I played the most of?
PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
Jack and Daxter?
No.
Hold on. What's a PlayStation 2 exclusive? I don't know.
College football.
Oh,
NCAA college football.
Okay, college football. All right. I guess I kind of figured you didn't get into that until the Xbox.
No, I was playing that more than anything else on this. Lots and lots of hours logged. Probably. So you had a dynasty mode that would run out after like 50 or 60 years, and I played it through like 4 times.
All right.
So looking at 200 plus years in dynasty mode on this
game
thing.
years, yeah.
Yeah, game years. Yeah, no, real life years.
I never had a PlayStation, so I don't know much. I don't know
You
much
think
about
you can figure out how to
PlayStation.
hack it?
Still never had a PlayStation. My goal is to die without ever having a PlayStation.
Well, I got 2 for you because not only we had the PlayStation 2, we also have the more bulky PlayStation 3.
I like how you just left them dusty and didn't like wipe them down before you want to bring them on here.
This isn't their true form.
Yeah. So there's definitely some stuff you could probably do with the PlayStation 3. I don't know so much about the PlayStation 2.
This was bought entirely for one purpose.
Last of Us.
The Last of Us. When The Last of Us came out, I was obsessed with trying to play it, and went out, bought a PS3 just to play The Last of Us. I did end up playing a few other games. I played a few of the Uncharted games, and I think Resistance. That was about it, though.
You don't have to keep showing the camera how dusty it is. We know what a PlayStation looks
PlayStation
like.
3.
Yep.
Look at the size difference.
Well, yeah, you bought the Slim. Well, look, the PlayStation 3, there was a significant upgrade in the hardware that was required between the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation
Really most
3.
noticeable when I turn it this way.
Right.
You can see how thin.
You remember when consoles would come out and they would just be like night and day different from their previous generation, and nowadays it's like there's not even a difference. They just tell you there is.
Yeah, there's no difference at all between new iterations like the Xbox One X.
Yeah. They might add extra compatibility for like 4K or whatever. And then here's the last one.
Here's the big beefy boy.
Yeah, the OG.
OG Xbox.
Original Xbox. See if I can find myself an action replay disc. Get me some.
And I don't know what's going on here, but it looks like a Pine Box Derby car or something. Dust.
Oh, there's a card drawn on there. Let's see. Can the camera see that? No, it almost looks like somebody took an eraser to it. Yeah. You could see that on the camera. For the audio listeners, it's crudely drawn, almost like a flatbed truck. Not super long, but
It's a lot nicer than what could have been drawn on here.
yeah, that would have not been something we probably would have shown on camera.
So of those 3 things, which one do you think what you would like to try to hack that you'd had the most fun jailbreaking?
Oh, obviously the Xbox. The things I could do with Halo on that Xbox. There's if I can even find it anymore, there was this thing called Yellow Trainer. It was YELO, and that would give you like full like cinematic privileges like in multiplayer maps. So I could speed up the in-game time. I could fly the camera around without being locked to the character. I could fly the character, or I could fly the camera somewhere and then teleport the character to it. Doubtful that I'd be able to find those files anywhere online though, but there was a lot that you could do with Halo. Back in the day, Halo 2 modding and Halo 3 modding, that was like my jam. I got into that like an autistic little 13-year-old that I was.
You got into it like yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. But listen, we all go through different hobbies and phases. that I mean, I know you've had a couple of different things that you've gone through.
Well, see, when I would play NCAA football on the PlayStation 2, I didn't just play it. You know what I did? On my computer, I kept a log of my games and my seasons. So I kept a log of how the team that I was controlling did, as well as the game of the week each week for every season. So the Word document was over 100 pages by the time I was done.
That is why. Was there any benefit for it?
No.
Just to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. And okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember some of the pranks that I used to pull on you on your computer when you were a kid? When we were kids?
No.
Do you remember a time back you had, I think, Windows XP on your computer, and I deleted your internet browser icon on your desktop, and then I replaced it with an executable that would pop up. It says virus detected, shutting down in 20 seconds, and then your computer would shut down.
I don't remember this.
Every time you would click on the Internet Explorer icon, that would pop up. And then I got in trouble because your dad called me, or your dad called my dad and said, "How do I fix this?"
No. How old were you?
I was probably like 11 or 12, dude. But I do remember that.
I was about to say, I did this last week. What are you talking about?
Oh, I was actually talking with Matto. We can say Matto now.
Yeah, Matto.
AKA, in case you missed the episode he was on, Matto is Teach, and Teach has formally been introduced on the podcast now, so Teach is Matto. I was talking with Matto not too long ago about times that we used to do things to get in trouble. You remember me? You remember us playing baseball in the house?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I remember that.
You recall that you had a big inflatable bat, a big inflatable ball.
Yep.
And then your mom got on to us.
Told us to stop playing
Told us to stop playing baseball in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to be fair to me, and I'll defend this point until I die. We stopped playing baseball in the house. Okay. I was just chasing you around the house with the big inflatable bat. We were not hitting the ball anymore. And so what happens is I'm chasing Michael around the house. I come up on him. The light fixture that was hanging down in the living room, the little dangly bit where you pull it to turn it on and off, had a nice thick marble pull head on it. And that inflatable bat smacked that. It swung up and it broke the glass of the light fixture.
Yeah. Glass everywhere.
Yep. And she they got very, very frustrated with us about that. And if I recall, you got worn out.
Yes.
Yep. And I was scared because I heard it in the other room. It was like it was rough, right?
Yeah.
And then my aunt and uncle were like, "Well, we're gonna let your dad handle you." And I was like, "Okay." And so like the rest of the day, I was freaking out, and then my dad came and picked me up, and then like halfway home, I was like really quiet all the way home. He's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "We stopped for gas," and he gets back in the car. He's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Well, am I in trouble?" And he's like, "Well, did you do what you weren't supposed to be doing?" And then I explained the situation to him, and he's like, "Nah, you're good."
It's okay. I took both of our beatings that day. Not just yours. Not just mine, but yours too.
That was very unlike him. To be honest, I would have thought that I would have gotten in trouble for it, but yeah, that poor light fixture.
Yeah.
But let's see. Anything else you could think of times that we got in trouble?
I don't know. My memory is so fuzzy from back in the day, but I don't know about both of us getting in trouble at the same time.
Sure, what's something that you did then without me?
Well, I remember something that I was part of it, but I wasn't part of it. I was kind of against it, but I was still part of it, so I got in trouble. Some neighbor kids were over playing, and we were in the basement, and I had this little mini foosball table. It actually would convert into a lot of different games.
I remember this.
Yeah, like ping pong and little mini billiards, stuff like that. All kinds of different
never
different
used
stuff.
for the intended purpose.
Only used for, tried to play ping pong on it, mostly played foosball on it. Also tried to just do random stuff with it. And it became just a sitting table eventually that I at one time had my Xbox on because I had the foosball table flipped upside down.
Right.
But we took the pool balls out one time, me and these two neighbor kids. And one of the kids that was over was like, we should throw them at the ceiling.
Okay.
And I was sitting there like, I didn't anytime I played a game, I want there to be a point, an objective.
Right, yeah.
Like a winner and a loser.
There's no target on the
goal.
ceiling.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So I was like, why are we going to do that? We could just play foosball instead or pool that has a set of rules. And they're like, no, this would be more fun. So they just start chunking them at the ceiling. And there may still to this day be lots of dents in the ceiling downstairs.
And it's just
my parents' house.
It's just one of those removable tiles.
Yeah,
ceilings.
removable tiles. But they were like busted, dented, maybe put a hole in one. And parents, we didn't say anything about it. We were just like, okay, that was kind of stupid. Put them back. Well, obviously my dad eventually saw everything. He's like, what happened here? And I was like, those neighbor kids thought it'd be a good idea to throw the balls up against the ceiling, the pool balls. And he's like, you didn't stop them? I was like, no.
Well,
did you join in? Yeah.
Oh, is this those twins that I remember?
No, it was
you don't.
it was a guy and a girl. They were
a girl. Okay.
Yeah, they were brother and sister.
I think I also I recall something that you didn't get in trouble for, but you skated past was your Xbox Live account getting hacked.
Yeah, I was just
when
it wasn't hacked in the sense of any sort of technological nuance, any sort of me not having any understanding of what was going on. It was a guy claiming to be helping me out when he wasn't, and I fell for it.
This was in an attempt, if I'm not mistaken, to get your
it was trying to get DLC maps.
Was it for DLC maps?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was for speaking of DLC maps, it was for DLC maps for Halo 3.
Oh, I thought this was trying to get your primary count to a 50.
No.
Oh, it wasn't a boosting thing?
No, it was for DLC maps.
There was also...
He said he could share the DLC maps with me if I gave him my account information.
Oh, so you fell for the classic phishing scam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one time I've ever fell for one, and I learned at that point, don't trust anybody on the internet.
Yeah, because they turned around and used his parents' credit card to buy a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's but I think the part where he shared the login information didn't get back to his parents. It's like, I don't know what happened.
Well, I don't think I ever told him that. If they had asked me outright, I probably would have, but I don't think it ever went that far. So I just was like, yeah, I got hacked.
Yeah. Well, that's do you recall how much they purchased?
No.
I
don't think it was an insane amount. I want to say it was around, it was not more than 4 figures.
That's 4 figures?
Yeah.
So a couple $100. That's
Yeah.
kind of an insane amount.
Yeah, well, they didn't go into the thousands.
Okay. Yeah.
Still, you don't want to see that on your bill statement. I get that, but if I see a $5 purchase, I don't understand on my bill statement. I'm like, who hacked me? Part 2.
Do you remember being in Clearwater when we were young?
Clearwater.
Yeah. Or Stillwater or something.
Oh,
somewhere.
Stillwater. Yeah,
Stillwater.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you remember us throwing rocks at each other
No,
and then Paul wearing us out?
no, but I believe it.
Yeah. We're just in boys and we were throwing. Actually, no, what happened was Michael threw a rock at me. Don't ask me why I remember this. We got to be like 4 or 5 at this point. Like young, like really young. Michael threw a rock at me and I didn't have a rock. And I found a tiny little pebble and I threw that pebble at Michael. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't think you got in trouble. But Paul got like so mad at me because I threw a pebble at you after you just been throwing rocks at me. like full size rocks. And yeah, I got worn out, and then we ate Frosted Flakes. You know, Paul liked his Frosted Flakes.
Oh yeah.
At least that's what I remember. Every time I eat Frosted Flakes or see Frosted Flakes, I think of Paw now.
A pebble.
Yeah, yeah. We used to go on a lot of different family vacations.
Yeah, that Stillwater trip was pretty consistent.
Yeah, I think it was a timeshare.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, my dad has that our grandparents gave my dad some sort of timeshare a long time ago as like a Christmas present or something. And now I get phone calls because my father and I share the same name of, hey, are you trying to get out of a timeshare?
Yeah, I get that too. I get those timeshare calls too.
Oh, like trying to get in one or out of one?
Both.
Really? Are your parents trying to get out of a timeshare too?
I think they're perfectly content with their timeshare.
Do they use it?
Yeah.
Oh.
They have a one in Gatlinburg.
Oh, that's the same one that my dad's tried to get out of because he never
That's
used
probably
it.
why they both have it. Or
Yeah, they were probably
yeah.
presents from.
Yeah.
From that's really funny.
It was in the resort hotel, whatever that the Gatlinburg fires like took out a good portion of that location a few years ago.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, timeshares are such a boomer thing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine ever signing up for a timeshare?
No, but so a present for wifey and I was using their timeshare points to go on our own vacation. We used it to go to California.
Oh, nice.
And while we were there, they were desperately trying to get us to go to timeshare meetings. And I almost went to one for free food, but I didn't want to be stuck at it for hours.
Yeah, that's
when there's other stuff to do in California.
That's how they get you. They try to upsell you on it. I mean, that old system, it doesn't work so well for folks that like nowadays. I think we're so used to scams. I can't tell you how many emails I get on a regular basis that are just straight up scams. But yeah, you got to be careful though, because I don't know what wifey's tolerance to scams are, but that's how they go. That's what they do.
No, she's pretty good.
They try to sell it on to the woman, and then the guy just has to go along with it because that's what she wants.
She knows what she's doing.
Oh, and I kind of figured as much. Your wife's pretty smart.
Yeah, I mean, she married me, right?
Well, everybody makes mistakes. You guys just happen to have one hobby in common. Outside of that, I don't particularly get it, but I do remind her every time that I was born into this and that she chose it. So, yeah, no, she's good for you, and I'd like to think you're good for her, but I don't know.
Hopefully,
yeah,
somewhere along the way.
It's been
I think she likes at least one thing I've gotten for her.
The kid?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I've been very I think it's really cool how close their family is and how much they support each other.
Yeah.
And how that dynamic stays. But even when they're frustrated with each other, they're still like coming together and eating dinner and those kind of things. You don't see a lot of that. I don't know how much we could dive into it, but Michael's wife was homeschooled, and that but she didn't turn out to be one of those weird homeschooled people that go off and like rebel later on. She's like kept a pretty level head throughout it. I think that's pretty unique. Most homeschool people that I knew turned out to be real weird people. But I think it's just about how you raise the kid, and you got to give them social experience and an experience with life.
Yeah, I mean, with a homeschool environment, you're going to have a very different upbringing than the typical public school or even private school environment, where the majority of their days are spent at those institutions versus just at home. They're going to probably be lacking opportunities for social interaction. You have to go out and seek those out. But she grew up in a camp environment, so she still got a decent amount of that, getting to hang out with younger people her age, and not just her lone sister in that homeschool environment. She got exposed to that. Some homeschool kids don't get that. That's probably one of the tougher challenges, me speaking for someone who wasn't homeschooled, so it's not like I have a lot of ground to stand on and know what I'm talking about here, but I find that would be one of the things you gotta seek out is those opportunities for your child to meet other kids, if they're homeschooled.
And it seems like she did a lot of that through church. Growing up
church
as well.
and the camp that she grew up at.
I've got a question for you. Do you ever have times where you're like calling back to childhood and you try to make like a reference that just goes way over her head because she was homeschooled?
I mean, that can happen, but she can make references that go over my head. So,
well, I guess I'm relating, or I'm asking specifically in the context of like, oh, you didn't go to school, you don't know what that.
It can happen. It can happen.
Yeah. Can you think of anything? I'm just curious.
Not off the top of my head right now, but it definitely has happened.
Okay.
I'll have to bring it next week. I'll ask her, like, what's some references that you didn't understand?
Well, she also didn't grow up watching a lot of TV and stuff either, right?
She watched TV, just different TV. She watched older shows.
Like Andy Griffith and
and she's definitely more of a, I like to watch the things that are highly rated that are coming out, TV and movie. I like to kind of broaden my horizons, watch all the different genres of things, and she finds the things she likes and she sticks with them. She's a rewatcher. She will watch the same movies and TV shows,
typically pretty wholesome,
over and over and over.
And she doesn't have a very high tolerance for gore, if I'm not mistaken.
Gore, specifically medical situations. It doesn't have to be, that hack 'em, slash 'em, Friday the 13th gore. It could be the TV show ER, where it's like you know that they're operating some sort of medical procedure. She doesn't like anything to do with that.
Yeah. What about? I think you said The Boys was off the table.
I mean, I've seen enough of The Boys to know that's just a no-go.
Yeah. Well, I dated a nurse once, and every day she was an like a ER nurse, like emergency room. So she was dealing with people on the regular. It kind of came to a close. And a big part of that was because of the fact that every day she would want to tell me what she had seen and and the kind of stuff they'd gone through, and I couldn't handle it. I'd be like, that's disgusting. I can't visualize that. like one time, like I don't want to think about that right now. It would be like talking about like putting like tubes into people's organs, and it's like, oh yeah, we had to slice it. And she gets so graphic with it that it just like illustrated a perfect picture in my mind, and I was like, oh, it give me the I don't know how to put it, just like shivers trying to like thinking about it.
Sounded like she really enjoyed the.
Oh, she loved her job.
I mean, obviously, if she's a nurse, she enjoyed the whole saving aspect. Did she come home and be like, lost one today, but let me tell you what went wrong?
Yep.
That's where I'd be like, I'd bury that. I'd be like, I don't know. But she was trying to trauma dump or something. I don't know.
It's not trauma dumping. It's like the adrenaline that she would get in those situations of like, it is game on type of deal. And she would come back and she'd want to tell me all about it because of how much she enjoyed it. And I couldn't listen to it. I had to be like, you have to stop. And that actually drove a wedge in the relationship, just because I couldn't do it. And so we just ended up breaking up. But all in all, she's a really nice person, very good person. But sometimes when there's things like that in a relationship, it means you're not going to be compatible.
Yeah.
I have noticed here lately, Michael, it's been kind of chilly.
Yeah. It's winter.
Yeah, but it's not usually this cold.
Well, we did have record low wind chills over the weekend.
My the building that we're in right now, the heater is actually broken. So you know
it doesn't feel too bad right now.
It's not too bad, but as soon as that sun starts to go down, it's gonna drop quick. The amount of sunlight that we get like directly in here makes a big difference during the day.
And we got lights on us right now too. So
yeah, but these those late nights that I've had to spend here at the office they get chilly.
you go get you a portable heater.
I could get a portable heater. The insulation in here is not great. Yeah, man, I watched a hour-long documentary last night about how Mongolian people heat their or how they used to heat their homes before electric heaters. It was about a Mongolian family that traveled to Montana, and he got there in Montana and he saw how everybody had their like heated furnaces in their homes, and that stuff was catching on fire, and it was just not a very efficient heating method. And then he built his home after he'd saved up enough from his labor that he was doing for one of the farmers. He built his home the way that they do in Mongolia, and everybody was making fun of him, saying, that's ridiculous. You can't not have a insulated, or you can't not have a wood stove furnace in your house and be able to get through the Montana winters. It's going to get too cold, but it gets colder, even colder in where he's from in Mongolia. So basically what they do is they have a system of pipes, of clay pipes that go throughout all of the walls. It snakes throughout all the walls, and then they dig a trench 20 feet away from the house where they put a fire pit.
Okay.
And then they cover the fire pit, and then the smoke flows through these pipes, and it slowly irradiates heat into the pipes, and then the walls are lined with wool. And so a 3-hour fire will keep you warm all night.
Wow.
And so you go through a whole lot less firewood doing it that way.
So you want to do that here?
No, I don't think my landlord would appreciate that very much. But I just thought it was so fascinating, and maybe you thought that was incredibly boring. But,
no, it was interesting.
What I loved was the fact that the coldest winter that Montana had ever experienced happened the same year that he built his house, when people had been making fun of him, and a lot of people were dying, and stoves weren't able to keep up. One farmer went through 800 pounds of firewood at night, just trying to keep the stove inside his house. This guy went through 40 pounds for the winter, just because it was that much more efficient. Everybody was like making fun of him, and his house, He had a thermometer inside and out. It got to negative 40 degrees outside. Inside his house was 52 degrees. And nobody understood, like, anyway, he developed this entire culture he didn't even make a business out of it. He just started teaching people how to do this. And this became like the new way to like centralize heating in the northern states up until they got to the point of electric heaters. I just thought that was incredibly fascinating, and what a really cool story that one culture was able to come over here and they're like, why don't you monetize this? And he says, the cold doesn't discriminate against people. I don't think that heat should either. And I thought that was just a really cool story from this guy. Of course, if it was in today's environment, he totally would have monetized it, because back then he could work for a farmer for one season and be able to afford his own 20 acres of land.
Yeah.
So not that easy today.
Everybody got to hustle these days.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You're I don't know, you what you keeping up with?
I mean, not too much. I know a few weeks ago I made my Super Bowl prediction on here, and I said it would come out probably around the time of the Super Bowl, and it would sound like I was just picking the Seahawks and the Patriots because they won, but I really didn't. I picked the Seahawks and the Patriots the week the playoff started, and that's the Super Bowl. But probably won't get much credit for it. Although it's not a bold prediction, it was the 1 seed in the NFC against the 2 seed in the AFC. But still, kind of fun to call it.
Well, so I had a conversation with my dad where he was like, Michael totally predicted that.
Yeah.
Yeah, our one like true dedicated listener that has to catch it probably every single Monday. Shout out to Dad.
He's probably got some stories too of what we did as kids that we don't think about that he'll share with us.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared to put a mic in front of him, to be honest, though. But yeah, no, he's I'm sure he's got stories, and
I know he's got one that if he's given any opportunity to share it, he will share it.
Give me a hint about the one you're talking about.
It's about us playing video games.
You don't have to say anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, Michael gets really into that Animaniacs for the SNES.
Yeah. It's as the youngins say these days, sometimes you just got to lock in.
Yeah. You hadn't locked in that hard in a while, I'm sure. How's the little one?
I don't know if he counts as little anymore.
Well, I mean, he came out not little, but I'm gonna call it. Let's just. All right. How's the youngin?
He's his favorite thing in the world right now is his walker. He loves to move around in that thing. He'll be 5 months old this Tuesday.
That's crazy.
And I mean, he's just he's not happy sitting still. He wants to move around as much as possible. And I mean, I feel like in the wifey was pointing this out. In the last month or so, it seems like anytime I come home from work, he just sees me and his face just lights up. So that's always a really good feeling. He just
nice.
Yeah, there was a period of time there where it's not like he was like upset to see me, but it was just kind of like whatever. It's just Dad, whatever. But now it's like it's Dad, and he's just like grinning from ear to ear and laughing.
So my role as an uncle, what would you want me to do? Do you want me to be like, he gets to maybe he's kind of like a chubby 12, 13-year-old kid. I don't know if you'll let him get to that chubby stage, but do you want me to like boot camp him like I did with you?
Well, we're going to try not to let him
gym?
get to that point, but
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a chubby 12-year-old. So it's okay.
It's okay. It's not great.
I mean, you seem to be doing okay.
I'm not still a chubby 12-year-old.
I'd like to think I'm
now. I'm a chubby 32-year-old.
Okay. There's different levels of chubby there. Yeah, you and I both were. I think a little bit of social isolation and getting picked on is good for a kid.
Bring back bullying.
And listen, it does wonders. Yeah. It's you.
But the
you
problem
learn
is
how to-
we went to public school.
That's true. That's
So
true.
he can only be bullied by his parents
Or his uncle.
Or his uncle.
I could do that.
Extended family, yeah.
I could. You want me to bully him? I'm gonna.
I don't know. With his projected growth, he may be bullying us by the time he's 12.
Dude, he is looking like he's gonna be pretty big. Of course, that's what you want, right? You want a kid that's bigger than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You you need him to carry you up the stairs when your joints don't work anymore.
And he's gonna have to be real big to be able to do that.
Yeah. Well, he could just not feed you for a couple of weeks until he can manage it. But I do imagine that he'll be a little bit more active. I mean, when you homeschool a kid, what are the options for sports there beyond Little League?
Well, Alabama allows you to do some unique things once you get to the middle school and high school levels. But I mean, you can always play recreational sports through your rec leagues up until then. So I played as long as I possibly could in rec leagues before I was right age for school. So as long as he wants to, I'm not a fan of if he comes to me and he says, "Dad, I hate baseball, softball, basketball, football, soccer, hockey. I hate them all. They all suck." I'll go into my room and cry for about 5 minutes, and then I'll come back out and say, "All right, son, you don't have to play any of them," because, I would rather not torture my child just for a little bit of PE.
Well, if you have that conversation, just make sure that hand doesn't start flailing a little too much.
Like this?
No, more like this.
Oh,
And he's like,
I want
want
like basketball.
I want to be in
soccer.
theater, which is a very real possibility.
That's the thing is he's obviously going to be curtailed towards that destination.
Yep.
He'll be encouraged that way.
Okay.
But if he says he don't like doing that either, I'm not going to sit there and make him do that.
Well, that's good.
I want to support him doing whatever he wants to do, as long as whatever he does is not detrimental to himself or others.
Well,
pretty simple.
You also got to force him to do something he don't want to do.
Well, I don't want him to quit. So if he's all gung ho about doing something, and then he does it for one day and says, "I don't like it," it's gonna be like, no. Stick it out and finish it. And then if you still don't like it, sure, but we're not gonna quit after one bad day.
Okay.
Of anything.
What are your thoughts on putting him in Boy Scouts?
Is Boy Scouts even Boy Scouts anymore? Boy Scouts can have girls and Girl Scouts can have boys, right?
Yeah, but it's a little bit more prevalent. The boys. I mean, I don't know if Girl Scouts can have boys. I don't know anything about that, but I think that the girls getting involved in Boy Scouts, which I guess is just now Scouting America. They are. I don't know if that's super prevalent, honestly, around Alabama. And then the Mormons spun off and did their own Boy Scouts. That one's more traditional Boy Scouts. You could get them involved there. Just make sure they don't, he didn't get caught up in the golden tablets in the hat thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so scouting actually would run pretty well in his family because although his dad is a scout flunky, he's got you and he's got his uncle that is also an Eagle Scout. He's got 2 Eagle Scouts running around in the family. So, I mean, he can definitely learn the ways.
Oh, are you talking the other side?
I don't have a code name.
Oh, yeah. I
hadn't thought of one. I can think of one, though.
Yeah, we'll try. Yeah. So his aunt and uncle, we could come up with some code names for. So, I didn't realize he was an Eagle Scout as well.
Yeah.
You know what? That tracks. He gives Eagle Scout. He gives like former Eagle Scout vibes. So, but it would be fun. Yeah. Shoot. I wouldn't mind getting involved with with Boy Scout stuff. If there's any sort of chapters local, I hadn't really looked into it, but you can't just show up and be like, I want to get involved with the Boy Scouts if you don't have a kid that's with you. It's
is that frowned upon?
I wouldn't exactly say it's frowned upon, but it seems a little, meh, you know. It's like maybe not. Maybe you shouldn't do that.
Maybe this guy's on a list already.
Of course, I would walk in there.
Background check.
And I bet they don't do things the right way anymore. I bet they're too, oh, yeah, here, yeah, you guys can play with your phones and your tablets. We're going to earn these merit badges by sitting here and listening to stuff and not being all that hands-on.
We're going to get our Fortnite badge today.
I bet I would critique everything about the way that they're running their Boy Scout operation nowadays. Listen, my troop, when we did it, that was a very, like, they were strict. Like, they had extra rules in place that you had to get, and things that you had to do before you could advance in our Boy Scout troop. And I think that was a good way to do it. There's like written tests and timed things. One of the things we had to do to catch our first class rank was we were required to start a fire, construct a tripod, and boil a pot of water over that within 45 minutes with one match.
How are you going to construct a tripod with one match?
Sticks, dude. We're in the woods.
Yeah, but you didn't say you could go get sticks. You just said one match.
Okay. We had to start the fire with one match and construct the tripod
with whatever other materials you could find in the woods. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Luckily we didn't have to braid and do that. We were also given rope. So we could tie the sticks together with rope. We didn't have to like pull vines off and start stripping down the fibers and weave all that together. Nothing like that, but it was pretty strict and it was tough. A lot of kids couldn't or a lot of kids struggled with it. But I think it was pretty cool. I did enjoy Boy Scouts a lot. That was like the sport. It was like
that was your sport.
That was like my sports, but you're a little bit more independent in there. And then I got into boxing in high school.
Yeah. You ever just like you had no interest in spectator boxing?
No.
It was purely a sport that you enjoyed participating in. Was there ever been a sport that you were like, I just want to watch?
USA used to air a specific esport.
Oh, yeah. Halo
2 MLG. Yeah. When that was on TV, I caught that every single day. Or every day that it would come on well, they would edit it and put it together and it would air Sunday mornings.
You know, I'm trying to think when this is going to air. This is probably going to air the 15th of February.
Oh, something like that. I think about 2 weeks.
Yeah. And today is February the 1st.
Yeah.
So this upcoming weekend, listening to this on the 15th, there will be a Halo Infinite and Halo 3 on the original Xbox 360 tournament.
Wait, is it like a combined, or is it like one match might be Halo Infinite?
No, it's not like it's you're going to have two separate brackets
tournaments.
Okay. But competitors are allowed to compete in both with different teammates. But it's the first Halo 3 tournament on the original 360 since the MLG days.
And it's on the OG 360.
Yeah, they're playing it on OG 360s.
Wow. So I guess
I would be watching every second of it that I possibly could, but we also have our upcoming production of our play that we've been working on since December with our community playhouse. That opening night is this upcoming Thursday. So that'll be taking up a good portion of the weekend. But when I'm not doing that, I'm going to be trying to watch some of it. And I'll watch Halo Infinite, too. I like watching Halo Infinite.
You can catch the replays, but that's really cool. And I guess the mouse and keyboard players are just SOL, huh?
For Halo 3, yeah. They can play an Infinite.
That actually sounds like a good time. Are they just bringing out, like, which MLG revision are they using?
Good question. I haven't looked up a rule book or anything to see as of this recording. Okay. I've still got 3 weeks to look at it. But
That's some hype right there.
because they just announced it 2 days ago.
You want to live stream it?
We could, we could
we could
live
come
stream
in-
Championship Sunday.
Yeah, we could come in here and we could live stream the ML. We'd have to, let's see, when's your production? Maybe.
Well,
maybe
we don't do Sundays. We normally record this on Sundays.
Right. Yeah, but I'm suggesting that we would have to record and then we could live stream on Sunday. We'd have to maybe record sometime during the week. But I'm game. That sounds like something that'd be fun to live stream.
Yeah. Especially if they're doing Halo 3 on that Sunday. I don't know what the schedule's going to look like.
But this also might be a conversation, not for the podcast, but it may be for something off-air discussion. It's that sounds like a lot of fun. I would watch the Halo 3. I would love to watch the Halo 3 thing. I don't know technically if we're allowed to live stream that. I'd have to. We'll have to look.
I don't know if you have to get permission or what, but tons of people do it.
We would be overlaying it. Right?
Honestly, they need all the help they can get. So
I'm game for
us, and our 1 or 2 viewer count would probably because we're not usually live streaming, so nobody'd probably be ready for it.
Yeah. No, we could that sounds pretty hype. I'm not gonna lie. I want to know what the rule set is. I want to know what they're using for what the map picks are.
They're probably using something similar to because Halo 3 was actually the main game for a brief period of time between Halo 5 and Halo Infinite.
Okay.
But they were using MCC to play it on Xbox Ones.
Man, they're bringing out the OG 360.
They're bringing out OG 360. So
how and is it going to be played on a 360? Is it going to be played on an Xbox One?
It's going to be played on 360s.
Wow.
As far as I know, that's what I read. They're going to be playing.
I foresee hardware failures.
I foresee
Red
less
rings.
failures than Halo Infinite on PC.
I foresee red rings or controller breakdown issues. That sounds really cool. How many people have signed up?
So I think they have a hard limit of 16 teams per game.
Okay.
So because they have limited capacity in the location that they're going to be hosting the tournament, there's not going to be any live attendees as spectators. That's how limited their venue is.
That does sound pretty limited.
But obviously they're live streaming the whole thing on Twitch and YouTube. So
that's hype.
A lot of people are probably going to be online watching it.
We're going to see some OGs.
I hope we see a few OGs. I haven't seen too many teams announced. And the only teams I've seen announced so far are just teams for Halo Infinite.
You know what would be great is if they could get Ninja to come in.
Yeah.
Oh, if they could get Ninja and then he's gonna pull in a whole. He could pull. I mean, he's not as popular as he was, but he's still got a pretty big following. Yeah. He could bring in his following and get them hyped for some Halo stuff. Maybe help spark an interest in the community.
I'm just excited that there's anything because it looks so dim and bleak at the end of last year. Mm-hmm. And the fact that they surprised us with a tournament.
Oh, look, it's not that dim and bleak, Michael. They're remaking the campaign for Halo 1 for the third time.
Yeah.
We still ought to. I say you and I ought to do a gameplay for that when it comes out.
I don't even want to waste my time.
The Halo 1 remake for the Halo 1 campaign remake. Oh, but Michael,
I'm still trying to lasso Halo 1 on MCC.
What if we MST3K'd the thing, though, man?
That'd be fun.
That would be fun. Yeah. Yeah, we've done that. We watched a couple of old, some silly movies in college where we'd just make fun of it the whole time. Yeah, we could absolutely do it. Especially if we play it on Steam, which I'm sure it's going to be PC released if it's coming out on PlayStation. There's a real good chance of that. That sounds like a really good time. Yeah, we should consider doing the live stream there, and then we can add that. Maybe even get a separate logo that's I don't know. What are your thoughts?
CuzWords Live.
CuzWords Live.
The thing that I'm hoping is they somehow reel Puckett in for Halo 3 for commentating.
That'd be hype.
But I doubt it happens. But
what? Why? What's Puckett doing?
I don't know what he's doing, but it's not like he normally only came back to do official HCS things, and this is not an official HCS thing. So that's why I'd be surprised.
Well, is there even an HCS anymore?
I mean, they're still working to try to get ready for whatever the next multiplayer iteration of Halo is.
I
And
but Puckett. I mean, what does Puckett do now? Why do I,
I
feel
think
like
he
Puckett
commentates
probably,
other games. I don't know which
does
ones.
he? Is he still a commentator?
For a while, he was COD. I don't know what he went to after. I think he left COD though and started doing something else.
What a betrayal.
Yeah. Well, he was just MLG. So when COD became the main circuit game for MLG, he had to do COD.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he does now.
Okay. Oh man, you got me hyped for that. I'm gonna watch it.
I've been begging for. I mean, when you've got so many different games in the Halo franchise, I hate the fact that they just like get hard stuck on whichever one's the newest. They should always bounce around and have like. No, I don't count Halo 4 in this. Halo 4 can die, but they should have Halo 1 tournaments, majors. They should have Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach. Halo 5 is still good enough and popular enough in my opinion, and of course Infinite currently. See like I almost wish they treat it like Smash. Like
no, you don't.
Everybody doesn't
Smash
just play
does the same thing.
Huh? No. There's still plenty of people that play Melee religiously.
Plenty of people that play Melee, but Nintendo hates it. Nintendo shuts down non-Nintendo.
No, I'm talking about the community at large should do like the Smash community.
Yeah, the Smash. They tried to start up a Melee circuit, and Nintendo sued them.
Well, that's probably what Halo Studios would do.
And just like they shut down Project M.
But hey, they're not shutting down this Halo 3 tournament, so at least we got that going for us.
No, that's good because, they should. They shouldn't shut it down. But dude, it would get me so hyped if they would do a Halo 2 tourney.
Hopefully they do. Hopefully they do one for all the games. Oh, speaking of Smash, I saw something not too long ago. Apparently there's a guy making his waves in the Melee scene, and he's playing a character that you would not expect, and he's winning games against world number ones and making it further in tournaments than anybody ever has with this character. Can you guess who that is?
Who the character is?
Who the character is.
Off the rip, because I knew somebody in Colorado that would kick my butt playing a non-official like S tier character. Mm-hmm. I want to say Ganon.
Nope.
Not Ganon.
No. But really? Around the same tier as Ganon, I think, for most around of the tier lists. Yeah.
Bowser?
No.
I don't know.
Luigi?
Yep. Wow. Those mega wave dashes.
So Hungrybox hosts this, like, after every major, Hungrybox hosts this sort of like boot camp style challenge thing where guys can like, I don't know if it's voter based on viewership or if just the individual person can challenge the people that came in at the top of the last major.
Okay.
Like you can challenge the guy that won it and say, hey, if I gotten to play you, it would have been different or whatever. And so the guy that mains Luigi played the guy that won the last major, and he's like one of the best guys in Melee
like
right now.
In person or like the
online?
The LAN play?
Online.
Okay.
And like sweeped him 3-0 with Luigi.
Whoa. With Luigi.
Yeah.
What?
And the guy that's been winning, I think he mains Marth.
That game came out in 2001?
I think
2001 or 2004. It's got to be 2001. I think Halo 2 came out in 2004. I think that's why that number came into my head. And it is this is 25 years later, and there's still meta potential for development.
Yeah.
What a perfect game they came out with. Well, they should have expanded off of the Melee engine when they created Brawl. Well, I guess technically they did, but they just added a bunch of weird stuff like tripping into it, trying to make it more casual. But man,
and still the best video game documentary I've ever seen is the Smash documentary on the 7 gods of Melee.
Yep.
Like, it just, I don't know what, like, it's just so well done, everything about it. Like, it's, if you don't know anything about Smash and its history, you can just watch that thing and you'll come out feeling like you're an expert about it. just because of how well it's put together.
And Super Smash Brothers just has such a fun following, or like a strong fan following, that it's. I bet they probably didn't make any money off of that documentary, but it was just a passion project by folks that were involved. What a cool, what a cool community to be a part of, and I get, so without saying what my license plate is, it is a Super Smash Brothers reference that you have to be like, if you know kind of thing, and I will get.
I know all too well.
Michael knows all too well. You get I will get people coming up to me and be like, dude, you play Smash Bros? I'm like, heck yeah. Just random people off the street. And or if I'm going into a party or somebody, he's like, whose license plate is that out there? And then they want to find me. They want to talk to me about Super Smash Brothers. It's people you don't expect. No, that's definitely one of those things that's deeply ingrained in my in my origin story. Is Super Smash Brothers. Talk about getting beat over and over and over again, and still getting back up and trying again on the next game. Like, it teaches you how to. Video games can teach you important life lessons. It's like I've done this business thing, but it's not after having fallen down 100 times and then just knowing if I get back up and try again, I might, I can learn from my mistakes. Something a lot of people don't experience in life is an opportunity to feel that more and more. But I guess we are coming up on time. This has been a good episode. I enjoyed you coming out and co-hosting this with me today. Seems like you're about ready to do something.
Well, I was just wondering if this podcast ever needs any more spice. Do you think this will drive up the viewership count if I show some cleavage?
Yes, you're a big fan of those little sound bites.
Yep.
We still need to work on getting ourselves an intro song and an outro song, which looking into it, especially with the invention of AI, I don't think it's going to be too difficult for us to.
You just got to be able to get the rights.
Happen.
Just because you create something with AI doesn't mean you own it.
Right. But the tools are there, and we've played around with it a little bit. But we have to subscribe for it, and as of this moment, we don't make any money off of our podcast.
Yep. And if you're watching on YouTube, you would like and subscribe, then maybe we will.
That'd be great. Yeah. Hit that
like button.
Hit that thumbs up, and ring the bell so that you're notified when we get new. I think I'm doing it right. I've watched enough YouTube videos.
I don't think I'm doing it right.
Hit that bell icon so that you get notified when we release a new episode, and we appreciate your support. And drop a comment if there's any topics, or if anything kind of clicked with you today that we talked about. If there's anything else you'd like us to discuss, we read those comments. I read through every comment every single night.
It takes you so long, doesn't it?
It takes me. Oh yeah, man. Listen, I gotta go through and not read anything. It's a lot. It's time consuming.
Yeah.
But all right, guys. Hey, thank you. Episode 16.
Episode 16.
Got it right this time. Okay.
Goodbye from podcast.
Yep. Till next time, folks.